Good morning and welcome to Toolkit Tuesday. I hope this finds you well and happy on this fine day. Okay, so let's dive straight in today, and I want to cover what I think is a basic essential of all our mental well-being, good or bad. And as most of you will know, I don't like to talk about mental ill health anymore because I firmly believe there are two sides to every story, and the flip side of mental ill health for me is very much about promoting our mental well-being. So that said, I think also I would need to state as a fact, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but just to state as a fact that I think we're all aware that the fact that energy is all around us. We are all energetic beings. The tables and chairs we sit on are vibrating at such a low level that they appear to be solid, but nevertheless they are a form of energy. Indeed, the word emotion itself actually means energy in motion. So, all that said, what I would also like to talk about today is the very simple fact of the matter that every experience, every situation that any of us have ever had is sort of stored away in our unconscious mind. I think we've touched on this before. 60 to 85,000 pieces of information per day go into our heads. The brain very graciously filters it all out and keeps us up to speed on what it thinks we need to know. So our limiting beliefs and behaviours, our past experiences, everything is stored that we don't need on a daily basis in our unconscious brain. When it comes to the situations that we experience in life, every single one of them, from very, 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 very early days, we will have attached an emotion to it, a significant emotion. It will largely be from the place of love or from the place of fear, from the place of enjoyment and excitement, from the place of anxiety and depression, anything in between. But nevertheless, every situation that we've experienced is a situation to which we have attributed a significant meaning, good, bad or indifferent, by using a word to describe it. And that word often signifies our emotion that we felt at that time. If you are somebody, or indeed if you become somebody in the future who has an unresolved emotional experience that's very negative or very debilitating or extremely traumatic in some way, it's highly unlikely that you'll be able to move forward confidently and happily in life until it is resolved. Oftentimes, that said, to quote the late great Maya Angelou, we often forget what was said to us, we forget what was done to us, but we never forget how it makes us feel. If somewhere in here you've got a feeling of being unsettled, a feeling of discontent, a feeling of not quite all being right with the world, you can't quite put your finger on it, the chances are that you have some sort of an unresolved emotional experience waiting, excuse me, in your unconscious mind, waiting to trip you up. And if it's causing you a certain amount of distress at the minute, then it already is doing. So, Toolkit Tuesday today, my best piece of advice ever, if you're not quite sure what it is that's bothering you, or not quite sure how to handle perhaps something that's affected you previously, and you actually do know what it is, the best thing that any of us can do is what I call brain dumping. This is not going to be news for many of you. However, I think what you perhaps don't know is the reason behind brain dumping. Brain dumping for me quite simply means the most important piece of equipment that you will need in your mental well-being toolkit is a journal of some description, an A4 pad, a notepad, whatever, and a pen that's guaranteed not to run out. Okay, mid-flow. And by mid-flow, I mean when you brain dump, when you get your pad and your pen and you start to write. You just write. You don't write about anything significant other than what it is that's bothering you, and if you know why. And the way to do it is to write and write and write and write and write without spell checking, without auto-correcting, without thinking about it, or even trying to work out if it makes any sense in that short term. Get it out of your head onto the paper, and then close the pad, walk away, have a cuppa, have a bath, whatever, and make sure that when you go back to it, you can then revisit again with fresh eyes. Reading it back to yourself out loud will reinforce the memories and the emotions that you felt at that time. And it may well be quite distressing and make you cry or be upset, etc. But I promise you, there's no such thing as a void in this world, only in space and inside vacuum flasks. When we get out what I call the bad shit, we make room for more positive shit to move in. We get rid of a certain amount of the emotions that are bottled up inside of us, the negative emotions, and possibly the same negative emotions that are attached to our self-limiting beliefs and behaviours. Everything, to repeat, everything in this world, in this universe, is a form of energy. When we are vibrating as emotional beings, when we're vibrating very, very low down that vibrational scale, we are sinking, if we haven't already, into the realms of anxiety and overwhelm, stress, depression, etc. One of the best, most simple, most cost-effective ways of helping ourselves is to get a really nice pen, you know, something that you're going to treasure, a really big, thick journal, and record it. In my days, we used to keep diaries when we were kids and stuff like that, but we'd never let our parents see what was in them, that type of thing. This is the grown-up version, and you can choose to show other people or not. If you would like some writing prompts to help you in your journaling experience, if you haven't already, you can download my free e-workbook, Where Am I Going? Find Your Way to Clarity or Focus. If you would like me to send you a copy of that, just say yes in the comments below, or let me have a message in another way, and I'll all I'll need your email address to zap it across. Remember this today, ladies and gents. You, not your mind, is in charge of your mental well-being. You, not your mind, get to choose how and why you think the way you do. If you are going to reboot your mindset and live a more positive life, you first have to uninstall the previous out-of-date programming that we've grown up with. The way to do that in the first instance is to do a great big fat brain dump. Get it out, get it on paper, read it out loud, let it go. If you can, safely, when you've read it back to yourself, get a match and burn the paper. Just literally let it go. Let us know how you get on. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it's really, really fabulous wherever you are in the world. It's promising to be a really sunny day here in Yorkshire. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. Take care. Bye.